Before we begin this episode, we just want to give a shout out and a huge thank you to Cupcake from Laced Up Corsets. For all you steampunk fans, if you're looking for a beautiful corset, please check them out. They have tons of gorgeous corsets for all occasions. Go to lacedupcorsets.com, or you can also find them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thanks again, Cupcake.
How are you feeling, Hattie? I'm okay. It wasn't pleasant to relive that, but I'll be okay. I'd rather just focus on getting a new arm is all.
I'll try my best, Hattie. Do you mind if I record? I want to make sure that I document the finer components of your leg so that I can make a perfect match for your arm. Hopefully.
No problem. I'm sure it won't be a problem, right? You must know all the fancy engineers, like the one who made my leg. I'm sure it won't be a problem.
Oh. No, actually, I don't.
Really? Why not? Angelix is an amazing invention, I would have thought.
Well, that tends to happen when you grow up in the jungles of an almost uninhabitable planet.
Oh, well, either way, the man was an absolute genius. And if you can make anything like Angelix for my arm, I know it's going to be fantastic.
You're too sweet. Okay, now, let's have a look. Actually, I might not need to take notes.
Is that so?
Your observation was pretty spot on, Hattie. This prosthetic really does look a lot like the same type of machinery as Angelix, just positioned for different use. Steam engineering isn't always the same. Despite what those in the other systems think, this is very specific work. I've seen this before.
I may wear goggles all the time, but I'm not blind, Paige.
Hattie, where's the signature for your leg?
Signature?
You said a steam engineer made this leg, yes? Every engineer puts their name somewhere on the invention. My grandfather always told me, it isn't so much of a pride thing as it is so that if you go to get repairs elsewhere, they'll know who made it and what you'll need.
Oh, yes, he did say that could happen. I've never had an issue either since I got the leg. Although Alex thinks it's an amateur copy. The guy who built it was pretty phenomenal, so... But I know it was him. The signature should be right there. See? Under that thin sheet.
What the...
Is everything okay, Miss Paige?
Hattie, are my eyes going funny?
So you do know who made my leg. I'm not lying. It really was Arnold Hopkinson.
Hattie, that's my grandfather. What? Well, audio diary. This is Paige Hopkinson. Ready to report on something I never thought I'd... Well...
I used to think that I was a nobody. That no one would ever be able to remember me if something were to happen. This never used to be my fear. It only started after my grandfather died. But now, I'm starting to realize that had I been using my last name all along, perhaps I wouldn't have been so alone. Well, perhaps not in the workers' district. No one there was obsessed with engineering like I was. And even if they were, they wouldn't have recognized a Hopkinson. So, how was I to know that my last name meant so much? How was I to know that my grandfather, Arnold Hopkinson, was one of the leading engineers in steam technology? That his inventions were the cause for countless advancements, even in different fields? I wouldn't have... I never knew. I never knew, and he never told me. You can't be angry with the dead, I've heard, but then why do I feel such rage in my heart? Why wouldn't he tell me this? For so long I worried that I wouldn't be a great engineer for 12 Towers, and now I find that had I just told those two guards I was Paige Hopkinson, the granddaughter of Arnold Hopkinson, not only would I have been a leading engineer, but I could have left and worked wherever I wanted. I could have been living in the inner city this whole time. I could have been making friends left and right. I could have been safe and sound and I would be dead right now, wouldn't I? Had I been in 12 Towers during the attack, I would have been killed. Either by an automaton or one of the aristocrats who'd killed the Cadwells. I never would have met Edgar because I wouldn't have saved him. Would I even have met Rix? His mother did bring him back from the jungles after all. Come to think of it, was she even his birth mother? It matters not. Would I have even had the skills to survive any of this? Or would I have even tried as hard to become a good engineer had I been so spoiled? I don't know. I long for those resources, I cannot lie. With them, the life I could have had. But the life I do have. What am I saying? I've been moping about betrayal, but I still have friends. I still have Edgar, Ernest, Hattie, Rix, and even Clint on my side. Alex will just have to deal with us, because all this moping does me no good. I have a life, a grand one, and I will fight for that. But it still doesn't answer why. Why would my grandfather do this? Why would he give up everything to raise me on one of the most dangerous planets in the auxiliary system? Our home. Yes, I loved our home, but who chooses to live that life and why? I just can't accept this the way it is. Grandfather, you kept secrets from me. Ones I should have known. And you took them to your grave. And now I have to dig them up. It won't change the past. And it won't change what's happened, but... Audio diary, this is big news. I can't just let this go unchecked. No, I'm going to find out why he did all this. There were times when he would leave me on my own in the jungles. Sometimes days, sometimes months. And it never bothered me, not once, but now that I know he was going off, he was traveling the planets, and with another person I've never heard of before. Hattie says she never knew the other man's name, but he has to be as important as my grandfather was if they were working together, right? And he could be anywhere. According to Hattie, the advancements my grandfather made didn't just stem to the STEAM technologies of the auxiliary system. That man could be from any field in any system. But I have a feeling he can't be far. Grandfather would only leave for a month or so max. That means they must be close. My guess would be the Capella planetary system. They're the closest ones, and we've been at odds and ends with them for quite some time. Their version of technology is just so... I don't even like to think about their version of technology, to be honest. But they're known for their medical advancements, and I know Grandfather couldn't have helped Hattie with her missing organs. It just fits so well. But I can't go just yet. We still have the Overtons to deal with, and Edgar and Alex apparently have some elaborate plan in place. Sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier, but can you blame me? I just found out that my life is practically a lie. But anyways, the plan is that we're going to simulate a trade, only instead we're giving them Edgar. And since Ernest is an eye short, Edgar will have to put on a patch and act skittish. But he can do it. I'm going to be going in with Edgar as, guide person. And I guess we're supposed to get Alex's sister and run. The problem is that we're down to one pair of angelics, and I haven't completely finished its upgrade yet. To make a new pair of wings will take too long. Oh, an audio diary. This is the worst part. In order to get Miss Strandwood back, we must fly back to Flora. The Overtons insisted that their place of tragedy be the place we make the trade. Somewhere where no one could possibly see us. To go back sounds traumatizing and terrifying, but we have no choice. If we can take out the Overtons and save a life at the same time, it's worth it. I think about what Hattie told me, how my grandfather and his mysterious friend saved her life. He may have lied about, well, everything, but he was still my grandfather, and I loved him dearly. And I know his love for me was not a lie. I know that he probably did all of this out of love. And I know that he would want me to do this. Not just being an engineer, but use my engineering to save people. People like Hattie. People like Abatha Strandwood. And I intend to do just that, audio diary. Not just because I would have anyways, you ninny. But in his name. In my own name as a Hopkinson. Well, no more time to record. I must upgrade Edgar's wings if we are to use them in our grand plan. And I swear, if I lose another pair, I will go bonkers. But, for now...
This has proudly been Paige Hopkinson, the granddaughter of the great engineer, Arnold Hopkinson. Over and out.
This episode of Bosh and Brave is brought to you by Blackmore Productions and written and produced by Ashley Glenn. The voice of Paige Hopkinson was Clover Grayson, and the voice of Hattie Wells was Becca Davila. Do you like listening to Angelic's pilots who've been lied to all their lives? Become a Club subscriber today and find more podcasts and additional material at blackmoreproductions.com. You can also find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Be sure to also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. Take flight to the skies, Angelic's pilots. Blackmore Productions. Swim against the current.